Hey, everyone. This is your Real Estate Minute. And today I am going to do the topic of a business plan and how to get ready for 2023 if you haven't already. And even if you have, you might catch something new this time that you didn't catch last time. So, when you do your business plan, you want to go look back in time. I never look back in time except to compare numbers. You want to go back and you want to see where you were in 2022, where you were in 2021, as many years as you have. If you don't have a computer program, we use CTE, Commitment to Excellence. It's great. And we've been using that since like 2016, 2015. So we've literally been tracking our numbers year over year for 7 years. And I've been in this business 13 years. So it's helpful to know where you've been at all points and what has happened with the market shifting. So you also want to know where you are today and where you're going. How are you finishing up 2022? So you can have that as part of your final numbers, even though they're not quite finalized. Then you need to think about where you want to be. None of it has to do with interest rate or fewer listings or anything like that. It has to do with you and what you're doing. We never ever blame real estate on an outside force. It is always 100%. If it's to be, it's up to me. If you want to make $500,000 a year, $1 million a year, it's always on you. This is a numbers game. This is a client game. This is a work ethic game, and it's a long game. It doesn't happen overnight. It is, years and years and years in the making. And if you don't have the grit to push through the hard times, it's probably not the right business for you. So, if you want to do it and you want to do it at a high level, you have to track your numbers, you have to track your time, and you have to know where your business is coming from. And so that's what we're going to do today. All right. So you need to know where you are. I'm using our actual business plan, our book for my office, where you want to be and how are you going to get there. So you need to go back in time and take a look at where did your listings come from? Where did your buyers come from? What was your gross commission income? What was the best lead gen tactic? So write these down. What was your biggest accomplishment in 2022? What did you struggle to overcome in 2022? Where was the push and the hard part for you? You need to write a lot of notes down. So we have a whole page of notes right there. And then think about what are your thoughts on money? A lot of people have this um, bizarre thing about money, like money's the root of all evil. Yes, if you love money more than people, if you're doing the wrong things to make money, but money pays for your life. It's just required. You unless you can live on a self-sustaining farm and you have no taxes, you always are going to need money. But what are your thoughts about money? Where do those come from? Are you getting advice from poor mindset people? Are you getting advice from really rich, deep mindset people? People that think you can win every time, people that think you can overcome, people that think that you're the greatest person ever and that you can accomplish anything. Those are the people you surround yourselves with. And even family sometimes will drag you down into all she thinks about is money, all she cares about. No, that's not all we think about. That's not all we care about. But money funds our life. And it's a very expensive world to live in. And without money, we can't do for others. You can't give to charity if you have no money. You can't help somebody who needs, a meal, or you can't help somebody who might need a helping hand or need something to help start a business, whatever. So, what are your thoughts on money? What are your monthly expenses? How much additional income would make your monthly income and expenses more comfortable? So, think about where would you be more comfortable, and then now take that number. So, let's say it costs you $5,000 a month to live. Now take that number and go to 20,000. What if you had $20,000 a month or $50,000 a month or 100? And I thought for some people they'll have a hard time conceiving that. It's not inconceivable. It's 100% attainable. The work is on the agent. It is on you as the business owner. Any number is possible. It's called leverage. It's leveraging up. It's leveraging through our time and our work and being smart with your systems. What was your average price point for 2022? Approximately how many homes do you need to sell to reach your bigger number? So when you start looking at things, you need to say, okay, what was my average commission? My average commission was, I'm just going to use a round number, $10,000. So to get to $100,000, if my average commission is $10,000, then that means I need to sell 10 properties. I need to make sure they're closed. And really, so in this coming economy, to get 10 sold, you need to have probably 20 under contract because half of those will terminate. So this is a different market than a lot of people have seen in the last 3 years. We'll have way more terminations. So you need to be way more aggressive with your numbers and conservative into what you will be taking home this year. What does financial freedom look like for you? So this is where you take a whole page of notes. You go, okay, I have to pay for college or weddings or funerals or long-term care for somebody, or you have a parent that's failing, or you love dogs, you want to rescue dogs. Write all those things down. What would that big number look like? Nikki on our team wants to start a dog rescue. Well, that probably looks like $200,000 or $300,000 to get started, and then probably $100,000 a year after that. So that would be part of her numbers for, her big financial plan. But as a 2023 goal, what does your number look like? So write that down. When you achieve goals like a boss, you're going to base those on calculations. And then you're going to do a vision board. And what does your vision board look like? How are you going to reward yourself? When I first started in real estate, I was a stay-at-home mom. All my corporate clothes that I wore before I stayed home for 8 years, they didn't fit. The shoes were out of style. Everything was out of style. So with each closing, I put most of my money in my account, and I took out of every paycheck, I bought new shoes or I bought an outfit. I just added to my wardrobe so that I looked more professional with each time that I would go. Now I buy, you know, a purse or go on a trip or something like that because my husband makes a lot more money. We're financially sound. So we're at a place where we can take our money and we can give it away. And that's a really great thing. When somebody calls you up and says, would you like to sponsor this for $2,000? I can go, absolutely. Do I want to clothe kids back to school? Yes. Here's two grand. That's nothing. Okay. You need to have your personal branding down. I'm trying to get through this really fast. What's your story? What's your major life event? Don't be ashamed of having a poor upbringing or of having struggles. That's how you connect with people. That's how you relate with other people. So don't be ashamed of being broke at one point or going bankrupt. And you'll hear some of the biggest producers on the planet, they went through a bad divorce. They left their spouse with nothing and they had to build everything from scratch with 3 kids or 5 kids or whatever. So don't be ashamed of your past. Use that story. Your story is there to help other people. So God gives us these stories in our life where in our struggles that we can help other people. Okay, how do you see yourself? What are 3 things people don't know about you? What charity are you most interested in? What niche do you serve? What is your pain? What is the problem in that niche? Like, how can you overcome that? What do you need as an agent? What's important to you? What is your social media reach? You need to be able to write your story and tell your story in a minute or 2 minutes because most of the time with clients, you are going to be asking them questions. You are really not going to be talking about you. It's not about you. It's not about me when it comes to being interviewed by a client. It's about them, their needs, their wants, their desires. And the more you stop talking, I always say to our agents, I'm like, ask a question and then put your finger over your mouth. Because agents want to talk because they're so social, but you need to listen and hear and write notes. I have to write notes when I go meet with a client. So what does your social media look like? Don't overlook things like LinkedIn and the videos, but don't get so wrapped up in social media that you forget this is a people business, is a belly to belly business. Write your story so that you're ready for it. Have your elevator speech. And be ready to talk about eXp if you're with eXp and why you love it. Be prepared to tell them what you love about this company. This is a life-changing company. I'm literally doing this video for eXp agents to help people in our group. It helps our group, it helps me, it helps the company, our stock rises. So get that together. There are a million ways to find calendars for social media. So there's no excuse to say, I'm just not good at social media. No, there's no excuse. Look online. There's calendars you can use. You can get ideas there, but be authentic and be consistent. Be consistent. That is required. Okay. You need to know how to more than ever do lead gen conversion. So, lead gen is the name of the game. Conversion is how you get paid. Follow up is where you build the wealth. So, if you need an accountability partner or a coach, that is something that is super important. Scripts practice, if you like to have your scripts planned out. Um, there are so many good agents who are so good with these scripts, but most of them are not. All right, path to success is always, this is for my team. Positive attitude, big ideas. Arrive at the office by 9 at the latest. Close 20 deals per year at minimum. Transactions fall through, so we have to have at least 6 properties under contract at all times. Call new leads within 1 to 2 minutes. Plan all lead gen activity. Everything comes around lead gen. That's the first thing you do in a day is lead gen. And if you have nothing under contract, 18 hours today should be spent on lead gen, and then 18 hours tomorrow, and then the next day, and the next day, until you're so busy showing property that you require yourself to do 3 hours a day of lead gen because you already have 10 under contract. Wish people happy birthday, share social posts, hold open houses, close properties at least 2 per month. At least 2 per month. That is like the bare minimum, you guys. If you can't do 2 per month, then it's questionable. Now, we've got some agents who just like to do luxury properties and they're only going to do 10 a month, but those 10 are 10 a year, but those 10 are like $1.5 million property. That's okay too. If you have those connections, if you're hanging out with a high net worth person, that might be your niche. But if not, you're calling, you're meeting people, you're cold calling, in fact. Follow your transactions and get organized. So there are some really good things on Canva. This is something we've created. I don't know, it's not going to show up on there, but it's about getting organized. What are your daily goals, your weekly call tracker, and your transaction organizers? You need to stay organized with your transaction, you guys. So have that number ready to go for 2023 and just back out of it to get to $200,000 a year at a $10,000 commission. That's 20 deals per year. So you probably need to have 40 under contract at all times. If you have a $3,000 average commission, then you need to do a lot more units to get to those numbers. But it is all a math game and you can do it. You can do it. The eXp has so many great, awesome people teaching lead gen and lead conversion all the time, all the time. There's no excuse. YouTube's full of it. What you don't want to do is get bogged down and just not doing it, learning, and you never get the work done. So it has to be execute the plan. So that's about as fast as I can do a business plan. Preparation. You can stop this video at any point if you'd like. Reach out to me if you need help. But this was today's Real Estate Minute, doing your quickie business plan. And I'm Karin, your host. Have a great day.